If someone is needed to lead Dmitri in my absence, I hope that it can be you. The four kingdoms in the southwestern part of the Salamander continent, Bertha Umberto Odelia Frank Umberto Odelia Redford Frank, geographically bordering the empires, created the Kingdom Alliance to protect each other. The alliance, formed for survival, Dementol.com instinctively knew how important Lodwell Dmitri was. A few days before the proclamation ceremony of the Duchy of Dmitri, the Umberto royal family and Your Majesty, the recent rebellion in Cairo was unprecedented crisis. Lodwell Dmitri handled all of this neatly. Count Verdi of the Umberto kingdom. Moreover, the fact that he has brought our kingdom alliance to prepare for the empire's wrath proves that he is not only strong in force, but also in intelligence. There's no guarantee that the Southern Kingdom alliance will last forever. I think the answer for the kingdom's dependency is Lodwell Dmitri. Since he is unmarried, how about proceeding with a marriage to the princess? Doesn't the princess have someone she admires now? No, King of Umberto. We can't afford to care about such personal feelings at this time. The opportunity is now. Understood. I'll entrust you with full authority over this matter, ensure the marriage with Lodwell Dmitri is successful. As time passed, the Duchy of Dmitri was proclaimed and Dmitri was literally flooded with a festive atmosphere. Lord of Dmitri. Lord Lodwell is now approaching his late 20s, Demon Toon, isn't it time to consider marriage? This is something. I tried to restrain myself because it sounds like bragging, but Princess Umberto is called the treasure of Umberto. Graduated from a prestigious academy with excellent grades, possessing both beauty and wisdom. A marriage between the finest woman of Umberto and the finest man of Dmitri. Truly, a perfect pair, don't you think? I am convinced this is a decision for the future of both nations. But doesn't Princess Umberto have someone she admires? Rumor has it she often meets with a man from a baron's family. Count Ringo of the Redford Kingdom. What are you talking about? Who would spread such false rumors? Ah, it's a public fact, why deny it so vehemently? Lord, the Redford Kingdom has many daughters of noble families. Count Ringo. Everyone, please, enough. For both Umberto and Redford, a marriage alliance with the Duchy of Dmitri might be too greedy, don't you think? Duke Martin of the Odelia Kingdom. The only country that matches the duchy's prestige is our Odelia. How dare you? Such an outrageous statement. Apologize right now. 1n.d. Dementulin.com. Everyone, please stop. We are not interested in political marriages. Instead of insisting on this with me, if there is a woman who wins my son's heart, we will welcome her with open arms. 30. Felix, Baron Larson. Are you here as a representative of the Kingdom of Frank? The disappearance of the Phoenix Tower has greatly troubled His Majesty. 1. You consider returning to Frank. From now on, the Phoenix Tower will receive our full support. I promise you again, on my name. You know very well that Frank broke its promise with Phoenix. This time it's different. We will definitely take responsibility. No, whatever offer you make, it's useless. We have found someone who recognizes our value, and we have sworn loyalty to Dmitri. Return to Frank and tell them. The bond between Frank and Phoenix is now over. Indeed, the two empires did not send anyone. It's expected from Kronos since they've already made assassination threats, and the Valhalla Empire probably won't let the death of Count Denver pass unnoticed. With both empires revealing their ambitions for continental domination, it will be a battle between empires and the Kingdom Alliance from now on. However, alliances with the neighboring kingdoms are temporary. In the end, we must be able to stand against the empires with our own strength. Sir, a guest is waiting for you in the reception room. Did we have a scheduled appointment with someone? Well, it's a prince from the Kingdom of Hector. It's been a while, Lord Lodwell Dmitri. Edwin Hector of the Kingdom of Hector. Dementulin.com. Congratulations on the establishment of the Duchy of Dmitri. You've managed to resolve the rebellion in Cairo in one fell swoop and even defeated the Kronos Empire, which is impressive. It's not like us to be exchanging compliments, let's get straight to the point. That's right. I, too, did not expect us to meet again outside the battlefield. I'll get straight to the point. The war between Cairo and Hector, behind it was a hidden hand that incited the war. Hector started the war due to continuous years of poor harvests. There's no excuse for that part, but, right after the war ended, evidence emerged that the poor harvests had been artificially induced. The land turned black, and there were reports of an overflow of animal carcasses. This is a sign of a necromancer's curse. Black magic is a realm that humanity should not touch. And what we discovered through investigation was, years ago, Demon Tune.com there were similar poor harvests in the Kronos Empire as in Hector. They intentionally concealed that fact, but after inquiries, it was confirmed that those phenomena were experiments in black magic. They planned to fully conquer the north of the continent, and start a formal subjugation. This is not just Hector's problem. It could be a problem that will occur in the future Duchy of Dimitri, so, to stop the ambitions of Kronos, I propose that Dimitri and Hector join forces. The Hector kingdom would like to join hands net the Dimitris. I saw this coming. Our country's intelligence barely found out this information, yet he already knew of it. I had information from my own intelligence, and it was pretty obvious who stood to benefit the most from a bloodshed between our countries. Azurescans.com however. Why should I agree to a proposal suggested by Hector? Are you rejecting our proposal? What I'm asking here is whether Hector is in a position to make such a proposal. Hector has been driven into a corner. You need time to restore the dry lands in your country, with only the funds provided by the Heavenly Palace. To Hector, you're unable to completely resolve your problem. So, skip the parts one already know about. Tell me why I should join hands with you. Azurescans.com, Vol. I won't deny the fact that Hector is weak now. 03000, but I don't understand. The war that you'll be participating in anyways, Azurescans.com, we'd simply be joining you in it. And isn't our plan just an extension of Dimitri's plan to drag the kingdoms into an alliance? You're right. In front of the enemy known as the Empire, the Kingdom Alliance has to come together as one to survive. But do you trust the Kingdom Alliance? Can you guarantee that you'll stay in this relationship until the end? Let me tell you. Just how I'd destroy the Kingdom Alliance, which is a sand castle if I was the Empire. Human relationships are complicated. While we trust and believe in our own people, we'd always distrust and suspect those outside of our fences. The Umberto Kingdom is on the front line. Their borders are facing Kronos. Due to the accumulated losses they've received, their internal affairs are starting to be shaken. Breeks boxed Umberto Kronos, so I'd first try to bring Umberto out of the Kingdom Alliance. Redford's king has fallen into gambling and has exhausted the country's fund reserves. His vassals tried to resolve the problem and eventually reached out to the Golden Bank. Might just be betrayal. Do you think Frank and Odelia are any different? They have long-standing problems with Cairo since ages past. As Cairo purged out the aristocratic faction and the Empire faction, Cairo found stability. But don't expect those two kingdoms to be able to resolve their problems in the same way as Cairo. The four kingdoms in the Kingdom Alliance are already great liabilities which Kronos can easily target. That applies to Hector as well. He's correct. The Kingdom Alliance is just a sandcastle. Azurescans.com whom no one knows when might collapse. I do know that Hector is sincere about this proposal. While unlike the other kingdoms, you have enough reasons to seek revenge upon Kronos. The question now is Hector itself has any value since you're currently in a weakened state. Is there a reason for the Dimitris to join hands with Hector? That Hector will crumble. You're so cruel. 100,000 I know it as well. Azurescans.com from within at this rate by ourselves. As you've said, Hector doesn't deserve to lead this plan. But that doesn't mean we intend to give up on our revenge. You asked me for the reason, right? Wars are all about attrition. Even the Dimitris will need sacrificial lambs to open up a path for you. I vow that Hector will always stand on the forefront of this war. 6. Compared to the Kingdom Alliance that only looks good on the outside, it'd be better for you to form an alliance with Hector since we have a clear objective. Please remember the vow you just made to me. AzuresCans.com. Roman, when I first met you on the battlefield, I knew that I've met through an unexpected variable that I couldn't handle for the first time in my life. Because I spent time in the heavenly palace, and worked myself to my bones so that I could become an unexpected variable, just as you are. Mentor will definitely become stronger than we are now. He's become incomparably stronger than he was before. Hector. Even if there's only Edwin Hector within it, it's become valuable enough for me to allow them into my plans. A week ago 295 after the battle that took place in Kairos, Roman Dmitri headed for Benedict's castle to execute the rebel army. As a result, he was able to settle the rebel lion quickly, but there were a lot of dangerous factors in his decision. If the battle had dragged out, then the Empire faction would definitely have joined in the rebellion as well. But the reason for that bold decision of his was because of the Phoenix Magic Tower. Allowing the rebellion to go on longer would only serve to benefit our enemies. AzuresCans.com. What do you think about the decision to open the castle gates? Is there really a reason to put the Western Frontline into such danger? I agree, that was a dangerous decision. But he was sure that he could take down Knight Captain Gustavo. Flora, war is a place where experiences I can't get from books are found. Even dangerous decisions or situations could sometimes be what turns the tide. The difference between recklessness and boldness is just one line away. In this war, aside from the war tactics, the results were made by Roman Dimitri's abilities itself. Checkmate. Azuraskans. Flora, 000. Since I know why you want to learn war tactics, I cheered for you from the bottom of my heart. But I can't believe you're going to the Western Frontline. I didn't have a day of peace because I was worried that something might have happened to you. Can't you just come back? Father, I experienced a lot of things in the Western Frontline. Every time the Kronos Empire crossed our borders, places would become engulfed in flames and people would die. When that happened, I could do nothing but watch. AzuresCans.com. War is now a reality for us. I must experience as many things as possible and grow even more so that I'll be ready when the time comes. Flora. Father, I intend to join the Dimitri's army. What do you intend to do with her? But, Flora Lawrence is a useful resource. To let her into my army is a separate matter. Tell this to Flora. In a week from now, if she joins the training and proves that she's suited for our army, I'll officially accept her. Understood. That's basically rejecting her then. Huff. Early morning. AzuresCans.com. Huff. Huff huff. Huff huff. I can't believe just the run alone is an hour long. Huf chuff. This intensity is a little much. Even so, it'll probably be done soon, right? 15. Biff. No way. You'll be ranked according to the sequence of your arrival. Run. AzuresCans.com. Huff hoofa. If that's the case, then we have no choice but to run. Throw away the mindset that you'll always fight in a prepared state. You must drive yourself to the limits every single day. Stamina training is a necessity for every one regardless of rank. Huff huff. If you want to be able to do your part in all sorts of terrain, your legs must be able to keep you standing until the end. That was obviously directed at me. AzuresCans.com. I actually did my own stamina training before coming here. A warm-up run for 1 hour, and a mountain run for 1 hour. That was 2 hours of basic training. We'll be sparring with swords next. OA2. On the battlefield, the most important thing is how efficiently you're able to fight Rilen when you hit the limits of your stamina. That is when the true clash begins. When fatigue comes upon you like chains weighing your whole body down, 0. This is their normal training. Usually, if one puts their soldiers through trainings that are too harsh, AzuresCans.com, they would start to be unhappy though. 33:30. But the soldiers of the Dimitris don't seem unhappy at all. Do 888 Onia 10:8. In fact, it feels like they're full of enthusiasm. There's no need to get impatient. I can just get used to the stamina training eventually. I won't give up just like this. A few days later, Roman's training ground. Even though she's tired due to the lack of stamina, I can see her willpower to complete the training no matter what. While her archery skills are better than average, she's very weak in close combat. She definitely needs to improve this area. Also, in the combat strategy training held on the third day, the group that she was in won 9 out of 10 times. She won with unexpected strategies several times. AzureScans.com. Chris, from your viewpoint, is she someone that the Dimitris need? Yes, I'm certain that Flora Lawrence is someone that the Dimitris need. The end of the rebellion. The establishment of the Dimitri dukedom. Half a month has passed since then. Dimitri Castle alleyway, there should still be some rations left. Ah. AzureScans.com. My apologies. Restaurant owner Thomas. We'll execute the plan tonight. Until then, lay low and gather information on the security of the Dimitris. Understood. Dimitri Plaza 107. The security is pretty tough. AzureScans.com. To think the normal soldiers have energy on the level of a knight. If things go wrong here, there's no guarantee we'll make it out alive. After observing the iron mine, if something happens then it'll only take 5 minutes for the Dimitri's security to be mobilized. The situation is the same before dawn breaks. There are a lot of skilled individuals within the territory. We need to be more careful than usual. Did they prepare a thorough defense because Kronos Empire declared our assassination plan? Ha! Interesting. If we can get past all these defenses and stab his heart with a dagger, I'd be able to experience a thrill that words cannot describe. Tell the rest of the guild members. And AzureScans.com will be executing the plan. There will be no change of plans. We must enter the castle within 15 minutes. I'll lead from the front. Roman Dimitri, you might be strong on the battlefield, but we're the predators in the dark. Indisability 0 magic artifact invisibility cloak. Two first. Intruders discovered near the castle walls. O photo. An enemy. An enemy has appeared. 2. This way. Stop. Hurry up and deal with these guys and get out. Don Reader Org. Nice to meet you, from the Assassin's Guild Corsair, Vice Master Sierra. You are. Hothan. I am the Master of Howman. My name is Lucas. Howman. The Intelligence Guild active in Cairo. 2 weeks ago, how did you? We had already figured out that you guys stepped into Dimitri. The innkeeper you met in Dimitri, even the merchant you saw in the square at noon, are all part of our organization. And that's not all. The miner from the iron mine, the blacksmith, even the beggars. All are Dimitri's eyes and ears. If we stay like this, Demon Reader Org, we might die. Make way. We need to break through the enemies and directly enter the inner castle. Ugh. Arg. As expected, strong. Explain why I should spare you. 7. Especially that guy. This worthless bastard. Do you think you've won with this? In Corsair, the real sword exists separately. By now, she would have entered the inner castle and killed Dimitri. Aside from what we already know, is there no other information? Ugh. You already knew. If there's nothing more to say, the only option is death. Team 2, clean up the surroundings. Team 1, form a siege network inside the inner castle. Do I not need to enter inside personally? Just enjoy the show from behind. Dimitri Fortress. The Sword of the Assassin's Guild, Corsair, Elite Assassin, Ilya. She has targeted significant figures and not only succeeded in all 9 of her assassinations but also showed a brutal behavior of skinning her victims. And this was her 10th assassination, Roman Dimitri. If there was a person who has become the most talked about on the continent recently, he'd be the perfect prey. Familiar's Demon Reader Org. My. Judging by the sound of his breathing, he's been asleep for about an hour. Such a fool. unaware of what's happening, peacefully asleep. See hold. With this, the mission is complete. Too late, I don't fail. Ugh. Just with a finger. Demon Reader Org. Ha. Was that an illusion? Why the assassin is too noisy. This mission is a failure. I have to run. Even if the entire Corsair Guild arrived, damn it. It would be an impossible mission to succeed. Survival is the top priority. 310. This guy. Formidable person to avoid. Chris. Damn. Did he predict our plan? TCH, the guild members already secured another way out. Oh, it's you. Lucky. I was worried you might have run off in a different direction. Hey, do you have any idea how worried I was? Did you lose that arm from Roman? Kevin, Demon Reader Org. It's a relief. You are still alive. Arg. If the Lord hadn't ordered me not to kill you, I would have skinned you alive, piece by piece. What a pity. Oh, we have taken on a task we should not have. 1 week later I'll tell everything. Now. That's enough. Please. Kill me. Tot. We have no intention of killing you right now. The marks of pain left on you are a warning of the consequences for crossing 00 Dimitri. Yuck. 00. Drink this. Medicine. No, is it poison? The Lord went to the Kronos Empire a week ago, because he found out the location of Ecorch space. And now, I plan to release you. Demon Reader Org. So if you don't want your master to die, you'd better hurry. Ecorch space, it's already been a week. Perhaps the mission has failed. Please wait a little longer. Ecorch Master Braham. Now is not the time to conclude the results, please trust in Ecorch. KK. Understood. But the price of failure will not be easy. There's been no contact until now. Could it be a failure? If so, from now on, cancel all ongoing assassination missions, and Ecorch must focus all of its efforts on Roman Dimitri. It will require great sacrifices, but only then can we receive support from Kronos. Sigh. I never thought I'd have to step in myself. Neen ha. Roman Dimitri. Self-Defense Mechanism 6. Found you, leader of Ecorch. Daring to step into the Empire's territory to catch me. He is crazier than imagined. Were you about to press this? Damn. I've been caught. Here, let me press it for you. Dozens of assassins are coming here after hearing the emergency bell you pressed. Mon, do you think you can handle them all by yourself? There are about 30 soldiers remaining at Ecorch space. Excluding those on a mission, that's all the force you can mobilize right now. You've already grasped Ecorch's forces. How do you think I entered this place? Could it be? Ugh. Ecorch is an assassination group that considers the Kronos Empire as its main client. Not only the assassination against me, but based on their targets, we can guess Kronos' intentions. First Class Assassin Calderon Drake, First Class Assassin Count London, the eldest son of the military chief Umberto and the magnate of Redford. It seems I'm starting to see Kronos's intentions. At that moment Assassin Guild Dante Cairo Branch, sigh. Contact Ecorch immediately through the magical communicator. There's no time to explain. It's not connecting. Damn. The situation is not normal. If Ecorch doesn't respond, the next best option is the client. Non then, contact Kronos. It looks like the mission failed. Roman Dmitri anticipated our plan and set a trap. The Dmitri assassination squad was annihilated. Roman Dmitri has crossed the border to attack Ecorch's headquarters. Is that the end? Anything else? Could it be? Is that the end? Did you use us as bait? Bait. It's very disappointing when you put it that way. If you guys had completed your mission perfectly, we'd have paid the agreed amount to you. Think carefully. The assassination of Roman Dmitri was announced by His Majesty. Everyone in the continent knows that we're after his life. If people found out that the assassination attempt made by the Empire had failed, what would our reputation become? We simply made the rational decision here. We're actually thankful to your guild. You've lured him out of the Dmitri territory. This is all thanks to Ecorch. You people. 113. AzureScans.com. Shit. Is this because of what he made me drink? He used a slow-acting poison and created a situation so I'd contact Kronos. Roman Dmitri is someone who's way more dangerous than you people imagined. However, looking at that smug face of yours, I don't want to tell you that. Pressed, oh dear, that's not good. That was the pathetic end of an assassin. AzureScans.com who had been notorious in her time. Come out. AzureScans.com. Are you the three shadows that grew by feeding off the darkness of Kronos? As expected, the Kronos Emperor has mobilized the most dangerous people they have in order to kill me. When did you detect our presence? From the start. My attacks aren't working on them. I'll just have to move faster then. Lightning flash. AzureScans.com. That's not normal magic. This unknown strange power. I've felt something similar back in the Murim once. A group of people used a power that was forbidden. They absorbed the strength of other living people. I think they called that black magic in this world. The Kronos Empire has decided to work with evil, evil. AzureScans.com. How the hell did he stop the regeneration? Liz, the only thing that can affect black magic that uses black aura would be attacks that contain divine power. Their abilities have weaknesses. First weakness: after the bodies of the shadows disappear like smoke, they aren't able to phase past physical attacks when they are turning back to their physical form. From the smoke. So, I just need to aim for that moment. Second weakness: when they're not in their physical form, there's a very faint mana flow that remains. Even though they become smoke, the connection of the mana would still go back to the center. So I just need to sever that connection. Playing rough, AzureScans.com. Guess I'll play rough too. Demonic art, blood flow. The martial arts of the demonic cult only pursues strength. They're also referred to as the martial arts of demons. We couldn't defeat him even after mobilizing the demonic humans. This operation is a failure. AzureScans.com. I need to get away from this place even if I'm the only one who makes it out. Roman Dmitri is far more dangerous than we had known. This operation was planned with the consideration that he's become several-fold stronger as compared to the testimonies of those who saw him in the last battle. I had thought going that far was overkill. But why the hell does he look like a demon? Why aren't my legs moving? All the shadows have already been dealt with. Contact the Empire, and report the situation here. Was Roman Dmitri taken care of? The operation failed. Failed. What do you mean by that? Baron Charlton, our assessment of him was completely wrong. See, even though we deployed 18 mains, and our shadow powers didn't work on him, we couldn't inflict a single wound on him. He is hiding his power. Roman Dmitri, so you are there. Truly remarkable. To attack the base of a course and eliminate all the shadows. We must admit our plan failed, but don't think Kronos will give up just because of this. DemonReader.org. If we fail once, we'll try twice. If we fail twice, we'll try thrice. Until the moment your breath is cut off, we will keep sending assassins. Really, how long can a single person withstand the Empire's assault? Interesting, let me give you one warning this time. Ahi. Somewhere in your mansion, you'll find a gift from me. 0 Baron Charlton, a deadly poison to be used when I assassinate you. Assassination is not your specialty alone. If you want to kill me, it would be quicker to declare war. I'm truly looking forward to seeing your face when you check the gift. 7. Call someone. Immediately searched the mansion thoroughly. Though no traces of an outsider's entry were found, we discovered this in the warehouse. This transparent liquid is the deadly poison. DemonReader.org. You prepare to go to Behemoth. Behemoth, a group that primarily deals with deadly weapons like poison, and their antidote technology is also considered the best on the continent. A colorless, odorless deadly poison. You've brought quite a troublesome item. Behemoth Magician Mateo. Stop the chatter and first check if it can be neutralized. Understood. SA, save me, please save. Cure poison. Why isn't the antidote working? Where on earth did you find such a vicious poison? At this moment, it's impossible to neutralize. 3880. Behemoth, the Tower of Poison, can't cure this poison. Who exactly made it? Roman Dmitri. Mole. This concludes the actions of Roman Dmitri. Baron Charlton, what do you think of Roman as a person? Someone who would bend, even if he might break. Summon the demons of the abyss. Show what happens to those who defy Kronos. We will shred Roman Dmitri, whom they idolize as a hero, into pieces, making him an example that will never dare to look up to the Empire again. Your command is received. Even with the power of magic, the antidote won't be easy. And this is the poison of the 4 heavenly temples. This forces the Kronos Empire to move cautiously. Since Dmitri might also retaliate with assassination, they likely won't engage in mutual destruction. But this is just a temporary measure to buy time. The max eventually, war will break out, will return, so thorough preparations are necessary in the meantime. My lord, an invitation from Valhalla has arrived. This time, the representative warrior from Valhalla is Barbossa, known as one of DemonReader.org, the 12 Swords of the continent, intending to publicly avenge the death of Earl Denver, a 6-star swordsman and 6th ranked in Valhalla. Barbossa, a monster ranked 11th on the continent. The dispositions of Kronos and Valhalla starkly diverge. If the Kronos Empire is known for its ruthlessness, Valhalla represents the utmost fairness in combat. This is an offer that doesn't necessarily need acceptance. Now that Dmitri has become a public figure, your safety is more important. As you said, refusing Valhalla's invitation won't cause any problems. However, if I refuse the invitation, Valhalla, which values the honor of warriors, will proclaim their victory and tarnish my reputation. Chris, I must be an absolute existence for those who follow me, and I must give them the assurance that being with me means victory. Refusing Valhalla's invitation might avoid danger, but that single refusal could cause a tiny crack in people's faith. In 100 days, I will accept Valhalla's invitation. That is my role. A rumor spread within the assassination industry that Ikorch took on the assassination request on the Dimitris only to be wiped out themselves. Thanks to that rumor, assassination requests in the northeastern region had been reduced by a great number. Especially for any requests related to the Dimitris, no one would take them up. With just one precedent, a clear message was sent out that engraved fear into the hearts of people. This time around, our Lord went into the Ikorch headquarters alone again. Is watching him go into danger the only thing I can do? Numerous people say that piasaraskins.com our growth is abnormally quick. But that alone isn't enough for us to be on the path that our Lord is walking in the future. In order to deal with the predators that control the continent, we need to become even stronger than we are right now. We've managed to develop a magic circle that can increase the mana density of a designated area. 000. It's not perfect yet, but we should be able to reduce the radius of errors within half a year and resolve those errors. This magic circle doesn't just increase the power of magic, but could also be used to train Aura Knights, in theory at least. That's so. Reckless. Azurascans.com. I've said this repeatedly, but this technique is still not stable yet. Felix, you already know why we've come to look for you. The only important thing to us would be to be of at least a little help to our Lord in the impending future. The enemy we'll need to face in the future is an empire that has ruled as one of the strongest forces for several centuries. Alright, Azurascans.com, but please bear this in mind, safety is of utmost importance. If you become a cripple before you even do anything for our Lord, I would be too ashamed to face him. Days later, the passageway is collapsing. Be careful. Air Shield Azurascans.com. It's all thanks to the artifact. M. Morkan. Please take a look at this. Phew. We survived. B. What on earth is this? Who could have made such a passageway underground? Aone LP. G. Get a mage right away. Bring Felix here. The whole steel gate has the energy of magic in it. If someone had tried to forcefully open the gate, Azurascans.com, then it would have caused an explosion. Let me try casting interpretation magic first. Elenixa Spida. Elas. It's opened. PL, go in and take a look. That's too dangerous. We don't know what traps could be lying ahead. If you give me some time, I'll try to figure out what traps there are. No, if someone is living inside, then they would have already noticed our presence. The longer we delay this, the more dangerous it'll become. I want you to wait here. Traps. Come to think of it, the traps of the Jagal clan were also like this. Azurascans.com. Bastard, stop right there. This place is our land. Azurascans.com. If you come any closer, then there's no guarantee you'll make it out of here alive. I'm Roman Dimitri of the Dimitri household. The endless mountain ranges belong to the Dimitri household. You are the ones that need to reveal your identities. That's bullshit. This place is. I've not come here to negotiate with you. The endless mountain ranges are within the land of Cairo, and the Dimitri household has inherited the authority over it. If you keep up your current attitude, I'll regard you as my enemy. Damn humans. Don't try to force the laws of humans onto us. A dwarf. Azurascans.com. We've established our roots in this underground place since ages past. He's trembling. A different race that exists within the endless mountain ranges. How should I deal with them? As you've said, this might be your land. But what I need is certainty that your people will not be a threat to us. Certainty. How could we provide that? Can I take a look at that sword? 5 minutes. No, just 3 minutes. Please show me that sword just one time. If you do that, then I'll think positively for a compromise with you people. Is what he's saying true? Now that I think about it, my friend went to find work at Baron Dread's estate and disappeared. I thought it was just trading business and he'd gone to the capital. I asked Count London why he endured being called a traitor despite enduring so much criticism. Why didn't he reveal the truth? He understood that in this hateful age, if the person being criticized was the King of Redford, this would not have just been a riot like today, it would have escalated into a full-scale rebellion that could overturn the country. Jacqueline. Was this entire riot really your intention? What do you mean? The fact that the gold coins were loaded into the carriage to resolve the Golden Bank issue was a secret only an insider could know. Who told you that information? And does that person who gave you the information still stand among us? It was the tavern owner. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him since yesterday. How did you manage to defeat the Aura swordsman guarding the carriage? Didn't you find that strange? You had the chance to see the truth, but you refused to. You were swayed by imperial agitators, and you crossed a river from which there is no return. Because of that, Count London, who cares more for this country than anyone, has bled, and innocent soldiers have lost their lives. Jacqueline, did you think you were the hero who saved Redford? Al-Balab. It was all manipulation. What have I done? You must be having a hard time too. Working under a traitor like Count London. Of course, he must be pocketing your wages too. Count London isn't as bad as people say. What? I can't reveal the truth, but please don't hate him too much. 00. So you're saying London isn't a bad guy? You're thoroughly brainwashed. 6. I've made an irreversible mistake. I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. Truly, I'm sorry. What? What am I supposed to do? Please tell me what I should do. I don't know what to do. Even though I know the truth, it's too difficult to accept this situation. Jacqueline. You didn't take the gold you stole for yourself, you distributed it to the people, proving what you were fighting for. But blood has already been spilled. Even if you plead with tears, the dead cannot return due to your misunderstanding. To ensure such a thing doesn't happen again, I will hold you accountable for this. People of Redford, listen. Remember this day. Jacqueline is not the hero of Redford, but he has taken on your sins and accepted death. He will remain as the savior of lives. In the future, if you make the same mistake again, at that time, remember there will be no one to take on your sins in your place. In the end, for the future of Redford Kingdom, someone must bring down the King of Redford from the throne. I never thought that someone would be me. Knight Commander. Yes, sir. If the Royal attack us, knights don't hesitate to take off the head of the Royal Knight Commander, and swiftly subdue his forces. In the end, this is a fight that gnaws at the flesh of Redford. If we don't take the throne, remember, Redford will only fall deeper into the path of ruin. Understood. Redford Royal Castle. Redford Royal Knights. So, there's no avoiding a clash with the Royal Knights. 6. The Royal Knights of Redford are the protectors of the royal family. We know that opposing His Majesty the King is high treason, but we've made the decision to set the country straight. We will close our eyes here, and block our ears. For Redford, for this country, do what must be done. It seems I'm not the only one who wishes for Redford to change. Count London requests an audience. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Str what? Got the quite the this hauntino sin. Gento en depen aiding optri. Org. Count London. When I heard you were attacked, I could not contain my rage toward myself. Even though I knew you were dedicating yourself to Redford, the days I ignored you are filled with nothing but regret. Now that I've resolved to reveal the whole truth, I leave you this letter. One day, I received a letter. It said if I didn't continue my reckless lifestyle, they would take the lives of my children. And the contents, which I dismissed as a prank, became reality. A force that seeks the lives of the Redford royal family. Who are they? Yuzu 25. Redford will undoubtedly. The contents of that letter became reality. That faction didn't stop at killing my eldest son, 500 they also took the life of my young daughter. And now, my second child is poisoned by deadly venom. As the price for living a dissolute life, I secretly get the antidote from them and feed it to him, so my second child barely survives. I am not a king, but a father who only cared about the safety of his children. I am an incompetent king. If I were to get more greedy, many people of Redford would lose their lives. I will step down from the throne through my death, so do not stain your hands with blood. Please take care of this broken country. Count London. Sob. Your Majesty. Just now, His Majesty the King has passed away. Is that so? Could it be that you knew? The last heir of Redford, Charlotte Redford. I was certain that the series of events happening in Redford were definitely a conspiracy. I couldn't have been unaware. Why didn't you say anything even though you knew the truth? Because it wouldn't have changed anything. I'm ashamed to say, but I also, poisoned, wanted to live. Does your Highness wish for me to succeed Redford? For Redford to survive, it's not enough for just the two of us to step down from the throne. For power to be completely transferred, the royal bloodline, which could become a seed of discord, must be eliminated. Knowing the years of dedication you have given to Redford, I will be your cause, Count London. Your Highness. Is this truly the only way? My father made the decision first, so now I can make my decision with peace of mind. If it weren't for these troubled times, you would have certainly made a good king. Thank you for saying that. Han. It means that the Valhalla Empire does not acknowledge my existence. Please, don't let our deaths be in vain. Please rebuild Redford. 10 days later. Your Majesty the King, Prince Charlot. Redford will not fall like this. I will constantly doubt the truth before me, listen to the voices of the people, and turn this country into one that won't fall to the schemes of the Kronos Empire. And I will surely avenge you. I will hold the coronation ceremony within a few days. Understood. Your Majesty. Redford. 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 They are the people I will govern from now on. Those who called you a traitor, and those who praised you with high voices, are all just people of Redford. How they will act in the future depends on your rule, Count London. Redford will undoubtedly never repeat the mistakes of the past. Then Dmitri will gain a reliable ally. Get ready to return to the Valhalla Empire. Understood. Chris. Valhalla Border City Paulo. We will conduct a brief body search. Paulo Guard. This is excessive, considering they've seen the invitation. Do not cause any trouble inside. Paulo is not a city that welcomes outsiders. The Valhalla Empire is quite a closed-off country. Valhalla, due to the southern jungle formed the foundation of its country in a secluded environment, has been extremely hostile to people from other regions. Just as the rumors say, they are mentioned as the most difficult adversaries on the continent. That's the people of the Valhalla Empire. If you're not born in Valhalla, it is natural for them to be hostile. They do not welcome outsiders. Even though they invited us as guests, not sending someone to guide my lord, this is impolite. Inviting May aside, it means that the Valhalla Empire does not acknowledge my existence. In Paulo. Ah, you're ruining the mood. I don't know where you guys came from, but if you're outsiders, why don't you quietly go upstairs and sleep? You look like you've never worked a day in your life, your skin is all pale and glowing, like some sort of girl. This bastard keeps looking down on people. Get lost. Take it easy. He might piss himself. Till, if you keep sitting there with your butt glued, I'll grab you by the hair and drag you upstairs. Chris. From now on, we will let them know that we have arrived in Valhalla. What nonsense. Yes, my lord. What's up with that guy? Yuzu. 25, is he crazy? Hawk Tua. This bastard threw the first punch. I'll show you what Valhalla is made of. Ugh. I'll pay for this rampage with gold. And take me to the busiest part of Paulo. Oh, thank you. I'll guide you to the busy district. This is Paulo Square. From here, you can go anywhere in Paulo. Tweet Fleer CA. It's a bustling spot where people pass through. Just in case, let me warn you in advance, you can't cause a ruckus here like you did at the inn. Even though they call themselves an empire, they're not a nation that fits the dignity of an empire. Interesting. If Kronos can't control its greed, Valhalla hasn't shaken off its barbarism yet. On then I'll act accordingly. I am Roman Dimitri, heir to the Duchy of Dimitri. Ah. If anyone dares to challenge me, step forward. What's up with that guy? Vol. Is he crazy? How dare he cause trouble in Valhalla? I'll take you on. This is clearly an insult to warriors. Aya. You bastard. What is this? I surrender. 800 do me ha. B000000. Just kill him already. Don't disgrace Valhalla. Get lost. I'll show you the will of Valhalla. This crazy. Those hands aren't human. If I back down now, I'll be humiliated. There's no other way. I'll have to pretend I'm knocked out. Ugh, you're not unconscious yet, my lord. There's trouble. Right now in the square, Roman Dimitri is facing off against people they say he's challenging them to duels. I already expected this. Paulo's barren, that's why I didn't send a guide, but the warriors who have stepped up as opponents, all of them couldn't hold out and are surrendering. Clause with Noah for the proud warriors of Valhalla to surrender in disgrace. I will personally show what Valhalla is made of. Roman Dimitri. Ugh. My teeth. What in the world is happening here? Roman Dimitri. You are a foreigner, just a guest in Valhalla. So why are you causing such trouble? LCT, if you don't provide a valid reason, we will have no choice but to punish you. A valid reason? I don't understand what you're saying. Valhalla is a land where strength speaks for everything. Isn't it because you wanted me to prove myself? I didn't expect him to be even more combative than those born in Valhalla. 683800. Even so, we can't just overlook this incident. In Valhalla, a duel is pure and sacred. There is no law to trample on the defeated like this. First, you must undergo an investigation according to procedure. After that, I will personally escort you to the capital. I refuse. In Valhalla, you have no right to refuse. Valhalla's land, you say. Then I'll handle this according to Valhalla's laws. I request a trial by combat. If you wish to investigate me, bring all your soldiers and try to take me by force. Are you provoking me? Arrest Roman Dimitri right now, Mo. Krayahar. Are those wild ones? Wild ones, a small tribe found in the southern jungles. They possess the highest combat prowess, even within Valhalla. They are raised on the milk of beasts, and undergo a ritual where they take on the appearance of animals. They become the true wild ones, the elite forces of Valhalla. Roman. 9. You would do well not to underestimate Valhalla. What are you waiting for? Attack him all at once. In the end, they're nothing more than beasts. Kung. AzuresCans.com. If you say you surrender, I'll spare your life. Oh, you can't speak, can you? Grr. Please, spare my life. 0900 I'm sorry. AzuresCans.com. Oh. You can actually talk. To think he defeated those wild men so easily. AzuresCans.com. When even Aura Knights have problems fighting them. Roman Dimitri, he might be even more powerful than I'd thought. I accept my defeat. As promised, I'll send you someone to guide you to the capital. Based on Lucas report, Wardo Thingy Markin as M. Mary Mr. Thursday. But the quit to get Valhalla is pretty two-faced. As an empire, they outwardly show that they're satisfied with the present, but they still possess ambitions of empire unification just as Kronos does. Valhalla chose to provoke me before I went up onto the stage. AzuresCans.com. That's evidence to show that they're still the simple barbarians of the South. If I defeat Barbossa, then the conventional groups that value traditions will accept the results. AzuresCans.com. But the ones leading the current Valhalla are from the shrewd and smart progressive group. To the rigged tack. Whatever the result is, there'll definitely be danger. The next day. AzuresCans.com. I was sent by Baron Paulo to guide you to the capital. My name is Sanchez. When? He's much more talkative than the others. AzuresCans.com. I've heard a lot about you, Sir Roman. I was really impressed. Even if you weren't born in Valhalla, you felt like a warrior that came from Valhalla's past into the current era. Warriors from the absurd stories in the historical books. AzuresCans.com were said to be able to cut both the heavens and the earth in two with a single slash. But Sir Roman, you're alive right now. Oh. Is it true that you defeated Captain Gustavo? Rumors are usually exaggerated. After all, be mindful of what you say. AzuresCans.com. It's fine. You said your name was Sanchez, right? It seems you have something you want to say to me. Just get to the point. Since you've asked me to do that, I'll tell you honestly. What qualifications do you have for you to be chosen as Sir Barbossa's challenger? Valhalla's 6th rank, Barbossa, and 12th rank, Morales. The story of these two was famous in Valhalla. They were born in the same region and have also been competing and compared with each other since they were young. AzuresCans.com. While Morales was born with enough talent for people to call him a genius, he was unable to overcome the gap between him and Barbossa, who was born a noble. Half a year ago, AzuresCans.com. Morales was chosen as the warrior to participate in the festival that everyone looked forward to. Because there's a saying that if a warrior dies in the festival that honors the soul of a warrior, then they'd go to Valhalla regardless of whether they win or lose. Morales gladly accepted being chosen. His chosen opponent was Barbossa. He truly believed the god of warriors had created this stage for him. Sanchez is the apprentice of Morales. I don't believe the rumors that go around the world. They all sound so absurd. Even the strongest swordsman in the continent wasn't able to be that strong in his mid-20s. Do you really think you're qualified to fight instead of Sir Morales? Sanchez, what's the basis of your judgment? Do I need such? It's just that the reputation you've built up hasn't been proven. Is that so? I'll prove it to you in person then. Tell everyone that I'll gladly fight anyone who wants to take my position at the festival if they look for me from now until the eve of the festival. How's that? You could also challenge me personally. AzuresCans.com. That's a position of honor. How dare you speak so recklessly? Could he be the Flash of Cairo, if even his subordinate is this strong? Maybe the rumors weren't exaggerated. AzuresCans.com. But even if that's the case, the Festival of Valhalla is for warriors that have been acknowledged. Don't regret what you've just said. Valhalla Capital Marin. AzuresCans.com. Nice to meet you. I've been tasked with escorting you. I'm Viscount Jonathan. I heard from Sanchez that you'll accept the challenges of Valhalla warriors. Viscount Jonathan, in order to prove you are qualified to fight Barbossa. I'll take care of that myself. Will you be fine? Oh, if that's the case, then I have nothing more to say. 73. In Valhalla, there's a tradition where an event is held and blood must be spilled. AzureAscans.com on the eve of the festival so that the festival can be